Welcome to the Disney Hour Express podcast. I'm Abby.
And I'm Rob. We are two hopelessly romantic Disney enthusiasts.
Sharing fun stories, secret tips, and family travel experiences.
If you are a Disney newbie, or maybe a season pass holder, we hope you find this information helpful.
We turned our love of Disney into a unique boutique travel agency that books Disney and Universal vacations.
We've got a lot of stories, so cozy on up, choose your favorite drink,
whether that be a cocktail or a hot chocolate,
and enjoy the Disney Hour Express.
Welcome to the 100th episode of the Disney Hour Express. We're so happy to have you here, Pottineers.
I'm 100 years old.
It's been a journey.
It has been a journey. If you could see the look on her face right now. Hopefully a pleasant journey.
100 recordings. Can you believe that?
I can't believe that.
Insanity. Some were here, some were in Disney.
Somewhere in our backyard.
That's true.
So we left sometimes we did leave the comforts of the studio. See, DHE studio. The studio.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, but it's been one heck of a ride.
We started off like with really old equipment, and things have transitioned and definitely more comfortable.
Well, since you say that, and you know what, we'll continue a little more. We'll
I'm so curious. What were you gonna say?
Well, I think it's. We're gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off.
No. Boy. So we are going to do a whole bunch of different things today, but we're going to start off with talking about some of our best and worst Disney Hour Express episodes. So I hope you're in for the ride. If you stick around, we're even going to do a little we listen and we don't judge, which is I don't know how that's going to go. I think there's going to be a lot of judgment happening here.
Especially, it's very hard for me not to judge.
Geez. And then we're going to end the episode with some information on farts and what's happening over
already. I don't like
Disney World.
We just dropped the level by going for
Festival of the Arts, friends.
I know, but that's what
flatulence.
This morning our daughter was accusing me of doing something, and I was like, no, I'm talking about the Festival of the Arts. And she's like, Daddy, did you? And I said, no. Okay.
Listen to this. So what do you think some of our best and worst episodes were? What are you going to start with?
Oh, what am I going to start with?
Yeah, I need to know.
Well, yeah, I mean, so the overall, and I see in here because I have read your notes, I think, yes, the overall, my favorite, not just single one, but series was our first live episodes.
Wait, did you say favorite or that it was the worst? Favorite. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was the first one?
Wait, where was I? I had things here. Well, yeah, I think so. Our first series of when we were on our AP trip. When we were on our Disney trip.
Yes,
our family trip. So it was episodes 25 through 28.
Okay.
When we were at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So I thought that those were like the most relaxing being at Animal Kingdom. And then when we went over to Pop, like forget about it. But there was something about sitting on that balcony there and like watching the thunderstorm or just watching the animals and doing a recording. I have such fond memories, and it was easy and fun. It didn't feel like we were working. It just felt like good fun.
And
I haven't captured that since.
And that's where I just like the idea of it felt more like we were just having a conversation and like we were able to just like take time and talk to each other about it. And we were able to share our thoughts about things. And
while we were like, oh my gosh, that zebra just did the weirdest thing.
Yeah. But then we were also able to find out things that we didn't like, it was like we were kind of revealing to each other like, well, I didn't really care for that. Oh, like I couldn't tell that you didn't like that, when we did that, or things that bothered you or that we liked. Anyway, it's also where, like, obviously we were already married at the time, but where I just fell even more in love with you.
Oh,
because
right.
that was like, this is like a thing I would love doing forever, is just going to Disney and then talking to you about it
I do
afterwards.
think about that a lot, like when we're like kind of older in our older years and our kids are on their own, like, just day tripping to Disney. I've always dreamed of that, and like doing like one trip I went on. I don't know if it was with you. I think it was with you. Otherwise, it was with Nicole. And it was during Festival of the Arts. And there's like these two older people that were doing the scavenger hunt during Festival of the Arts.
Right.
And they were just like so cute and casual and like just not bothered by anything.
Yeah,
and they were sharing their parfait that
they were
won.
unapologetic for like what they were doing, and
I was just like, that's what I think we're gonna be like as old people. That's why I would love to move to the area, but of course we always go back and forth.
It changes all the time.
But that's what I think we do instead of cramming everything all the time. It's like, let's go do Festival of the Arts Day, and that's all we'll do. And it seemed wonderful. Yeah, so we can agree that was definitely one of the best, some of the best episodes.
What else you got?
So, I kind of feel like you stole my thunder with saying my best episode, because that's kind of what you do.
I mean, I had it written down 25 through 28. You just kind of like,
But you didn't share your notes with me, and that's a classic. So I thought episode 57 was one of my favorite. We often are tried to bring in travel specialists sometimes, and the Nikki Goes to College with Mickey was a classic, because I had kind of been, Nikki and I work together every day in an office, and I was pumping her up and asking her really specific questions about, like, is the ghost a real thing over at, this and this ride? And like, what is it like when you open up living with the land? And like, do you, and so she told some really great stories about being a cast member at Disney. And I think that's what we always strive for. And we always have so many questions about. So episode 57 was a total winner.
We're definitely going to have Nikki back on, because I have a ton more questions that I didn't think about till afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, why did I ask that? But anyway.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I really liked, and this is where I guess I kind of stopped taking notes. Give me a second here. Give me one more of yours while I'm.
The dogs are like swimming around me because I happen to have a treat that was like 8 months old on my desk, and I think they just discovered it, and that's why they're hanging both dogs are under my feet and like trying to snuggle on me right now. All right, so hey, I think episode 1 was a classically horrible episode, and one that like we had advertised. So I think we had tons of listeners listen to this one, and we gave like a wrong email address. And I think we were like just fumbling throughout like the whole thing. And I don't think when I introduced the idea of doing a podcast with you, I think you were just kind of like, what do you mean? And then I was like, and you get to edit it, because that's like, I just felt like you would know what to do with all that stuff, even though I went to studio composition school and had to take editing courses. Yes. I was like, you got this. It's easy.
Yeah. She's just figure out all these interfaces and everything, how it would all work. And,
but also, I don't think we had like a structure for the show, really. So it was like,
we really do now.
It was tough, man. But we really committed to it. We did it back then every single Friday night. That was like our Friday night date. That's what we did. Now, with our schedules, we kind of just fit it in when we can, which I think is not as great. I liked having our Friday night dates.
It was a little different, right?
It was a little different.
So since we're bringing that up,
I also think we used to have more drinks during our show.
Well, that's because it used to be on Friday nights. Now it's like Saturday morning.
Now we're like coffee and water.
Sundays, it's like I got heartburn, Since we're here, maybe we could listen a little bit to our first episode.
Oh, no.
Here's the intro. Oh, that's very loud. Sorry, this is bad. There we go.
Hey, babe.
Yes?
Can you tell me about the first time you went to Disney?
The first time I went to Disney was way back in The mid 80s, that's all I could give. I can't remember exactly the year. I think it might have been 86. Might have been 85, 86.
Did you crimp your hair for this trip?
What?
See? Yes, how did you know?
Because they know you.
I love crimping my hair.
I mean, they crimped hair in the
Maybe
80s.
that's more 90s.
Oh, I wasn't crimping my hair. I had like a bowl cut back then.
Ooh. Anyways.
I mean, I don't want to, I'm old. I'm old.
I wonder how many times did I listen to this episode. Editing took me probably 4 hours to edit this.
I had someone say, I think, I listened to your podcast, but I think you were just doing a soundtrack. I'm not sure. And I was like, oh no, that was the episode.
That was a great
It
one.
was really cute.
It was good. It was good. We definitely hit the nail on the head on the first episode there. Yes, the wrong email, the phantom email. That was the name of it.
Yes.
Anyway, I hope you're able to hear some of that audio in there, but you could go back and listen to a really
If you really want to.
really bad episode. But I think there's if you go through any podcast, if you go and listen to the first episode versus where they are, years later, yes.
Yeah.
And not that we're a well-oiled machine or anything necessarily, but there we go.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Well, I think my other favorite episode out of all the episodes wasn't too long ago. It was episode 91. I wasn't in the episode, but Heidi took my chair in the studio, and I think I was just amazed to hear her. She was very strong about the things she was saying, and she wasn't shy, and she wasn't she was just stating everything very passionately.
That girl's got opinions.
And opinionated. I didn't want to say opinionated, but I loved listening to her. It's just I hate to say a mini me, but there was just so many things about it that I was like, this girl knows her stuff, as she should. She's been going to Disney nearly yearly for 10 years, right? And so she knows what she likes and she knows what she doesn't like, and we talk about things all the time. I think it's just a really a huge shared love in our family, and I feel really lucky that we have that. I mean, we could have had children that don't like any of this stuff. It could happen. It still could happen, that they might change their minds.
Oh, I
about
thought you
it
meant
all.
that we could have more children.
Oh, good Lord. We've got
Wait, I need to. Who said something about drinking?
we're maxed out. Maxed out on the pets
All
and
right.
everything. But so that's what I got.
One of my other favorite episodes, and this was just kind of a a random ish one. It was episode 50. It was right there. It was the
halfway mark.
Yeah, halfway mark, and it was just the cinematic mistletoe was the name of it, and it was just we always get kind of weird around the holidays, and we took this weird break, and we were going to do an episode, then we stopped. We were like, no, we're not going to do it. And then even that was our last episode of the year, and we were just kind of well, let's just talk about Christmas movies. I don't know, there's really nothing going on in Disney right now, but we'll try to make it Disney related. But I just enjoyed having a conversation with you about movies. That's a great time for me.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what we're doing is just sitting around and talking to each other and hoping that it's somewhat entertaining.
Yeah, that people get something from it for sure.
Yeah.
We originally it started out just that this was a resource for our agents, for our travel specialists, help them with all the Disney news, and then it just became more of a platform for, where we are the family travel planner. We do the traveling with kids. And so I feel like we're the testers of all things, and
we try to
make
be.
it work. And
Obviously we're at the, we can't make it down to Disney as often as we'd like. For various reasons, but we try to do the best that we can from afar, and so it's a place. Also, it is tied to our business, so we do say, hey, our clients are coming in and they're like, hey, we do have a podcast, and you can listen to it.
Okay, I like it.
One of the things that I'm most proud of, and I got to say throughout this time, of doing is the ability that we have where either one of us or both of us are, I'll just say this because since we already dropped the bar with farts, where we're both pissed off at each other or one of us is pissed off at the other one. I mean, there has been various times where like we've both given each other the one finger salute before we recorded, and then just and then I count down, and
then we just go
and then we just go.
Sometimes you just need a release of anger before you gotta be serious for an hour.
Well, serious, see, and that's where I think it comes in, right? You're serious.
That's true.
Mostly,
and you're not.
And I'm just kind of saying dumb things.
There have been some times where I've been like, you have to cut that out of an episode because some of the things that come out of your mouth, Rob, are so inappropriate.
That's not true.
Oh, it is
Not true at
true.
all.
It is true. There was one episode that was released that I made you retract and edit because of something you said in it.
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Maybe it's been multiple
bad.
times and I can't even remember at this point. But yeah, anyway, I think yes, there's a lot going into it when you do a weekly podcast with your significant other. But I don't want to get all sentimental on you, but I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else.
I wouldn't either. I love our setup, and this coming year, I think we're both looking forward to the idea of interviewing more people on our team and clients. Hopefully,
we've been looking
with a new
into doing
setup.
some more because ultimately we're like, well, you know what? Even though I enjoy talking to you, we're like maybe it's enough. Maybe we've talked enough to each other.
Never.
No, but it is about getting other people in here,
Yeah.
and other perspectives,
We need
and
to hear
finding out
other
more
opinions.
things. So we're trying out some new software, not on this episode, but probably
Coming
on the next
soon.
one. Yeah.
Coming soon.
Yes, coming soon. So now we wanted to get into this thing. Now I had never heard of this before, but Abby's a scroller,
I am.
and
It's
so
bad.
so she just is she does the scrolling.
So we wanted to get into the whole we listen and we don't judge thing, right?
Okay.
The first time I saw this happen, and I was just laughing hysterically, was in our daughter's dance studio. Some of the teens were doing it, and they were standing right in front of me while they were doing it. And some of the things that came out of their mouths were I was just snickering.
I've never. So we go. Obviously, we dropping off or sometimes watching our daughter does dance, or
Like
I
every
usually
day.
go to pick up, and I'll go in 5 minutes before it's over just to see the end of the rehearsal practice, whatever it is. And there's always another group of dancers waiting to go in,
Right.
and these girls, it's insane how they just don't care who's around.
Yeah.
They're just saying anything.
Yep.
Like we're all just parents and stuff, just sitting around here, trying to stare at my phone.
Pretend like you can't hear. But yeah.
They just say the craziest stuff. So yeah.
In this particular instance, though, they knew I was listening, and I was just laughing. And they're like, "You're not supposed to judge." And I was like, "Okay." So then I went and started scrolling a week later, and I saw a couple of fun, famous people doing it, and it was just cute. So I thought, hey, why don't we do this Disney version?
I got it.
So basically, babe, we have to say together, we listen and we don't judge, and then one person confesses something.
Okay.
So we're going to try for at least 3. Now, I felt like this was dangerous to start the episode with because perhaps somebody might
burn
be mad.
this whole thing down.
So we're going to put it right in the middle so we can bury it if it
Interesting.
comes out terribly.
Okay.
So do you want I'll start?
Sure.
Okay, so stay with me.
We
listen and
but
we don't judge.
But we don't judge. Okay.
I won't miss the Muppet Vision 3D because I never really liked it.
Okay.
His eyebrows are raised to the sky. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me.
I'm looking up divorce attorneys. No, I'm only kidding. No.
All right.
No. Okay.
We listen
We listen and we
and
don't
we
judge.
don't judge.
I'd be okay if we didn't make another Disney fireworks show.
I just choked. Oh, that hurt. Oh my god. Okay. I'm not judging.
Like, I'm just, again, I think it's twofold reasons why. You're okay. Are you okay? I guess that's why I should ask first.
Wow, choking actually really hurts.
She was taking a sip of water as I said that, and she choked on it. She doubled up. I grew up in an area that was very close to the beach, and so I saw a lot of fireworks growing up. So like I became desensitized to it because fireworks meant lots of traffic in my neighborhood and lots of commotion, so on and so forth. But then when I get into Disney and I kind of get there and I'm like, yeah, they're cool, but they're just fireworks. And sometimes there's like emotion, they get emotional with the nostalgia and everything. But a lot of the times I'm just kind of like, why are we all standing around here? No. And like, I definitely don't ever see myself like camping out 4 hours before the show starts to get a good spot.
Oh yeah, no. Because I feel like you can see it from anywhere.
Yes. So.
Okay. We listen and but we don't judge.
Oh.
Okay, don't hate me.
Oh, wow.
All right. I think Mickey pretzels are flavorless. I prefer Wetzel pretzels.
I like how you had to throw the added. I like Wetzel's instead. Not a sponsor of our podcast or anything, by the way.
Right. Annie's pretzels, whatever it's called.
Annie's. Yeah. Okay, well, everyone's got their things. Yeah.
We listen and we don't judge.
I'd be okay with not going on any more of the big Disney roller coasters.
What do you mean? Like
I don't know. It's just a lot of times it's like, I don't know, we wait in line for, because they're usually like the bigger rides. Like
what, Tron, Seven Dwarfs?
I mean, yeah, the Slinky Dog Dash. Like, I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem, it's not worth the bang, the bang for the buck.
The time.
Yeah. So a lot of times I'm just kind of like, I'll go along with it. The kids like doing it. I know you like roller coasters. And I'm kind of like, I don't know.
I get that. All right.
So.
We listen and we don't judge. I don't understand the hype of the People Mover. I think it's terrible and there's not even moving air on it.
Yeah. I mean, we've never gone on it together.
No, I don't think we have.
I don't remember us going on it.
It seems like sometimes a time suck.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like, sometimes the line does actually get long on it. I think I've gone on it before, but only because it was like, there was no wait, and I was like, all right, I'll go on it. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there.
I don't get it. All right, we listen and we don't judge.
I've never actually eaten a Mickey ice cream bar, and I'm okay with that.
Like the ones like that are shaped like a Mickey head?
I've always ordered the other thing, it would be like the
lemonade.
The lemonade or
icy.
There was, an Olaf like ice bar or something. I always take the other one.
Oh my God. I think I don't know what to say to that. That's like my all-time favorite snack.
Well, you said that about Mickey pretzels, so.
I've got one more.
Okay. We listen and we don't judge.
I feel like when we go to Disney, you are like an alternate superhuman that doesn't need sleep or water, and sometimes it scares me. I get utterly exhausted, and you're just like, it's go time, folks, let's go. And I'm like, what the heck? So basically, I think you are the only parent when we go to Disney and you just have 3 daughters instead of 2.
There are lots of times when I'm way ahead of everyone else and I look behind and they're all just dragging.
Do you ever get sad that this is the family you have?
And I'm like, pick up the pace.
I'll never forget travel specialist Sarah when she's like, high knees, folks, high knees.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, you got to push through all that stuff. I have 3 more.
Oh my God. We listen
and we don't judge. And I think, well, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever order a Dole Whip. I just don't see that. Like, we had it here on an episode, and maybe it wasn't it's not like fresh Dole Whip or something. I don't see the appeal.
Gotcha.
The overall,
not refreshing.
Yeah,
like
I don't
lemonade icy.
I just don't feel like I'd wait in line to go order a Dole Whip when I'm down in Disney.
Okay, we listen and we don't judge.
Okay. I have like almost, and I think we've talked about this before, like I have almost zero desire to ever purchase any Disney merchandise.
Oh my God. Me too. I'm so over it.
Well, but you also have a good amount
of Disney merchandise.
Yeah.
Me personally?
Well, I mean, somewhat.
Maybe, perhaps.
But yeah, I mean, I just, every time we go into like a store down there, I'm just like, there's nothing for me here.
True. I mean, you still haven't worn the Star Wars jersey I got you. Terrible. I don't understand.
It's, lots of hoodies during the winter. It's tough.
We listen and we don't judge. Rob edition.
I think every meal in Disney, besides the buffets, are overrated. Like, I've never had another Disney meal and felt like satisfied, like been like, oh, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I like the buffets, and that's mostly because I also like the ability to just keep eating as much as I want sometimes, but I feel like those are good, but I feel like all the other meals necessarily, whenever we have a sit down meal, it's always like, yeah, that was chicken.
Yeah. I can 100% agree with that. I hate to say this. I really do, but I didn't enjoy Be Our Guest. I didn't enjoy, any of those
like CRT
meals. I understand the last time I was there, I was pretty sick with COVID, so I probably wasn't tasting stuff well. But I just I can agree with you. I'm a little sad about the food.
There's
on.
a little bit. I mean, I guess there's some like exceptions. Like I did like Garden Grill was good.
Garden Grill was fantastic. But I mean, if we're speaking like specifically about Magic Kingdom, like you're screwed. Like it's not.
It's really like we kind of get there and we're like, well, where would we want to reserve a dinner for?
Now that being said, there's one place that like I'm gonna insist we eat at, and it's not. It's like
the Crystal Palace place, the place that's over there.
Yeah, not the one with Winnie the Pooh, the one that's like kind of close to the castle. So it was really fantastic, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
So that's our we listen and we don't judge.
And Abby choked live on air.
That was the whole purpose of it. So there it is. There's our 100 episode kind of looking back, looking forward. And obviously we're glad that all of you are here. Now we're going to talk about some Disney news.
What's happening? Well, hey, Epcot's got their Festival of Arts coming up on January 17th through February 24th. It is the 9th year for this festival, so that's pretty awesome. And we gotta love Epcot. I know we throw a lot of shade because Epcot's a tough one to get around with kids. But the festivals are fabulous because it's your ticket price includes everything in the festival. And for that, I mean, that's pretty awesome. You can see shows for the price, the ticketed price, and special fireworks and all the arts. And you can even do little artsy things there. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome. I enjoyed it when we went to Festival of Arts. It was really easy going. So yeah, famous artists and art displays all around. There are full menus out right now. 17 food booths will be there.
Nice.
Now we've tried food booths in the past and they haven't been, I mean, they've been okay. Some of them, it's hit or miss, honestly. But it's a good time of year to have the food booths versus in the August and
Yes.
September, because wintertime, less bees, less wildlife coming about.
Now that was during our honeymoon that we
That's
went.
right. Yeah.
And that's where that was one of the days that we took was in Epcot, and we went around the world. Now that would have been an episode to record a podcast on
because we drank around the world.
there's like a great picture of like, I think we were in, I think it was in China, and I'm just we bought like a panda hat for Bailey, and I'm just like wearing it, and you're just like smiling, you know,
glassy eyed.
Yeah, and glassy eyed.
Yes, we did take pictures all around the world. Yeah. There was one country where I was like, I can't. I think it was when we got to the Americas. I was like, I need a good old coffee.
It was Japan, I think.
Was it Japan?
I think it was Japan.
And then like I picked up again right after that. But yeah, we stopped and saw the Broadway show, the concerts there, and kind of rejuvenated ourselves a little bit.
Yeah. But anyway,
it's a real fun time for adults, I think.
And it was good. And that was a different perspective for not having children around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if the kids would be as into all the art stuff.
I highly doubt it. However, you know, they do have the paint by numbers mural, which I think is really cool. You can pick up a paint and a brush and it gives you assigned numbers. So like a paint by number, literally.
I have one more
on the wall.
I have one more. We listen and we don't judge.
What?
No, there's nothing to do with what you were just talking about. Nothing to do with it.
Jeez.
Yeah. Anyway.
And so you can pick them up from the expressions section booth between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Then you paint your squares on the massive mural, and you're gonna see it really come to life, which is cool. And for kids, they have the kids chalk art, so kids can create their very own chalk drawings over in the World Showcase Plaza between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. So there's a lot of little cool artsy things while you're watching these famous artists perhaps create or just kind of flipping through their things. What kind of we listen and we don't judge do you have?
No, it was about the mural. Lando, stop it.
Gotcha.
I forget, have we had Lando the entire time? He's a relatively new to our family. No, right? We started, it was just Molly.
I don't know, because we got Lando in 2020.
I'd like to make a super cut. So I think
we started, I'd the dogs. I think we have had Lando the entire time. Yeah. Because I think we started in the January following. Yeah.
Okay.
Did we?
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe not. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So they have back to Festival of the Arts, Figment's Brush with the Master's Scavenger Hunt. Now, this is what we were talking about when we were there and we saw this older couple. Just, lazily going about doing the scavenger hunt. To get started, purchase your map and stickers for $9.99 plus tax over at Creation Shop or Port of Entry or World Traveler. You can search for Figment hiding inside art inspired by famous works at each World Showcase Pavilion. Once you're completed with your scavenger and have put all the stickers, you can return to the Creation Shops or World Traveler for your keepsake.
Keep talking. I gotta go get water. I have no water here. My mouth's
All right. I can share my water with you if you'd like. Oh, that's unacceptable. So we'll talk about Disney on Broadway concert series. Again, I think this is what makes the just regular Epcot ticket price so amazing, is that you get these concerts where stars, from Broadway and from the area perform tunes from some of our favorite movies or Broadway shows such as Aladdin or Frozen, The Lion King, Mary Poppins, and more. And it's over at the American Gardens. Now there's like so much seating at the American Gardens that I never feel like you'd be out of seating, but it can happen. So you want to get over there. The theater show times are 5:30, 6:45, and 8 p.m. And they also have dining packages for this. So if you want to do your dinner and then get preferred seating, maybe in some of the front rows. You can do that for a dining package, which is always a good deal.
I wonder if it does like fill up or if it sells out. Or...
It's got to, if there's like someone famous. I mean, like think about like what if, I mean, she's not on the roster, but if like Sutton Foster was there or something, like it would definitely for sure fill up and be sold out.
I'd probably skip dinner.
Right. Yeah, that's your girl. I'd be worried about where Rob went. He'd be stalking her. So a new fun Figment popcorn bucket is coming out for Festival of the Arts. There's going to be a lot of more Figment related items this year than ever before. There was like Figment Cup, there, all sorts of Figment things, even though the Figment ride itself and area is just looking a little sad. So,
yeah, it needs some love, but they were talking about it. Nothing confirmed.
Nothing confirmed.
Confirmed about rejuvenating it. Maybe that's going to come after Test Track or something. I don't know. So other news, the walls are up near the spaceship Earth to prepare for construction for the new lounge. Yeah, it's going to be cool, right? We talked about that last week on the kind of look ahead.
Looking ahead.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are you excited for these lounges?
I mean, I'm excited for the Pirates one, definitely. That looks fun. And it's more so, right, you just, again, as an adult, like I like to just take a break and sit back and have a drink, an adult beverage, and kind of take a moment before we head out to our 90th ride that you're going towards.
All right. So, I gotta sneeze.
Oh,
okay. The
okay.
next one?
So the construction walls are also up around Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Mm-hmm. And I've actually heard that they started removing some of the track.
No way, really?
Yeah, I saw a picture that there's track and a bunch of the props are like tagged. Okay. So they must be where they're going to store them or whatever, where they're going to go. And so that's happening. And we don't know when. Basically, they said that it's not coming back in 2025. So don't expect to ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad if you're going to Disney this year.
Yeah.
Look to next year, and then whatever else is happening. There's going to be a lot of construction, right? That's what we said. We talked about it last episode, and there's going to be a lot going on.
Awesome. Well, I don't recall this happening last year. Forgive me if it did, but they have a virtual Love on the Run race over at Disney. So that means if you like running on your own time at your own pace and in your own space, you can register to do this and you'd get some medals. So it's happening between February 1st and February 28th, 2025. You could do it's a couple of races. You do a 2-miler, 5-miler, or 7-miler, and it's hosted by the adored Disney and Pixar duos. And it's pretty great. The price, however, I guess I was a little shocked by it. It's $187 for this. That's kind of
I'll run for free. And
a lot.
I'll run for free and just watch Inside Out too.
Yeah, well, but I guess it's all about getting the medal, right? So they got cute medals. I like it. I think that's really cute.
Now, obviously, one of the things that we didn't talk about was over in Disneyland, what's happening over there and everything in Los Angeles. I mean, just devastating, right? We've been watching
so shocking
the footage, and we don't want to go too much, take down the vibe of the show. But it's just horrific that all this stuff is happening, and you'd look into why is it happening, how are they not prepared for it? There's always wildfires in California, whatever.
So Bob Iger expressed that, Walt Disney came to Los Angeles with little more than his limitless imagination, and it was here that he chose to make his home, pursue his dreams, and create extraordinary storytelling that means so much to so many people around the world. So the Disney company has committed to $15 million to the area's fire relief and rebuilding efforts. So I think that's fantastic. And very, very much needed. So go Disney for that. This week we actually had some clients from our travel specialist, Brianna. She had some of her clients that were about to disembark for Adventures by Disney Southern California experience. And the trip was canceled by Adventures by Disney, which is completely understandable. The area is just completely devastated right now, and not a good idea to travel out there unless you're part of some sort of aid relief program. So I have to say that Disney always handles this with grace and understanding that you're crushed, that your vacation you've been planning for a long time has now been canceled. So they were super helpful in rebooking something else for these clients, and they're now going on a cruise and they're happy. But they were great. They handled it so well, and they were so kind and generous instead of how it could have been.
I mean, it's, they're just taking they're taking the money that they're making off of the DAS people that are and giving it to them.
I know.
So, so that was, going into other news, right? I think that was your last item on the thing. I don't want to cut
That's
you off.
what I got as far as news on my end.
Speaking of lounges, and we're saying the Pirates of the Caribbean lounge, which I'm kind of like I said, I'm looking forward to. They started removing walls around the gift shop that was previously kind of
it was
subjugated
like
to
very
like a certain area. So they started moving walls there, and so you could kind of walk around and see more of the area. And it's like now there's just one wall left that's going right up against where the lounge or the bar is going to be. I don't know. I still don't. I have a very hard time reading descriptions of where it is. And so I don't understand it. I'm just like, where is that? Is that on which side of the Pirates is it on? I'm so confused right now. But it's somewhere in there. So as you're walking around the parks in the next, they didn't really say when it's opening. But I mean, it looks like it's got to be somewhat getting closer to being revealed. They've been working on it for a little while, whereas the Epcot kind of just started, right? They just put those walls up. Because everyone's used to construction in Epcot.
I know.
Anyway, one of the things over, if you're staying at the Caribbean Beach pool, one of the really cool pools in all of the Disney World resorts is the Fuentes del Maro pool. And it has all these great Spanish towers and it's very it's a really cool looking pool. Look it up if you ever stayed at Caribbean Beach. You'll see it. That's closing for its, I think, about month-long refurbishment. I guess they did one last year. It was 3 months, which I don't even remember. But this one, they're saying they hope by the end of January that it's going to be reopened. Okay. I wonder why they need to keep refurbishing it every year.
Well, I mean, if you think of how many people use these pools, it's gotta just be a lot of wear and tear. Yeah.
I guess so.
And plus, they're innovators. They're always imagining new ways to make something better.
Now, this is one of those things where, Abby might get mad at me. I don't think so. She won't. She sent me a text the other day about the Tron Identity Program. Yeah. And I think I had zero reaction to it. I was like, why is she sending this to me?
Yeah, that's true.
I was like, I don't even know what this is.
He didn't even acknowledge the receipt of it.
But, so the Tron Identity Program is it's in the Tomorrowland, I think the Launch Depot is what it's called, right? And basically what it is, it's like you can make your own figurine that's supposed to resemble you. Yeah. In Tron form. And it was closed. She's very mad. She's kind of annoyed with me right now.
Well, I'm just where are you going with this?
Well, no, it's now reopened. A day later, it's now reopened. It was closed for one day.
Well, I was wondering if it was going to be closed for permanent, because it seemed like people seemed to get up in a ruckus about it a little bit.
I don't know. I didn't even know it existed, to be honest with you.
Well, I didn't either, but I knew that there was the Avatar one.
So we did look at the Avatar one, and that was one of the things we offered to Bailey because she's an Avatar fan. We were like, well, do you want to get your own Avatar? And then we looked into it, and she was like, "Nah, I'm good," because it didn't really look like. Yeah. I don't know. It didn't look like it was going to be anything like her, so it was just. Yeah. I don't know.
She wasn't into it.
So I don't know. I haven't like read any reviews on if the Tron identity program's any better.
No, it's not it is well known, I guess, but not to us.
I wonder if they just call it TIP. Anyway, so that happened, and sorry I didn't answer your text.
Weekly confessions.
They did announce, so Disney Cruise Line, they announced that they're planning on, after this, I think 2025, let me get this right, because I always get confused by the names. They are, nope, I lost it here. Oh, that's my page. So they're doing, in 2025, there's going to be the Disney Destiny and the Disney Adventure.
Disney Destiny. Okay.
Are coming out. And then after that, they're going to release 3 more ships, but they're going to be 20% smaller
Ooh.
in capacity. And so the ships that they're putting out now that are all, they're calling them Wish class ships.
Okay.
So the Disney Wish, right, is a big one. So that's what they've been producing out. So it goes by, and we're getting real technical here, 144,000 GTs, which is gross tonnage. I mean, sure. And it holds up to the Wish, and what they've come out with since then. They hold 4,000 passengers.
Yeah.
They're gonna so after these next 2 ships, they're gonna be 3 more coming that are 20% smaller. They're only going to be 100,000 gross tonnage, and they're going to keep 3,000 passengers in it.
Oh, okay.
They're also going to be using a different type of fuel. They normally keep liquefied natural gas to power the ships.
Okay.
And these are going to be, it's going to be a variety of fuels like renewable methanol and hydro-treated vegetable oil.
That's cool.
They're going to power,
Yes.
and it's also going to have battery power. It's going to be so that when they go into a harbor, they can just be powered on. Instead of burning fuel, they're burning electricity, which is also supplied by somewhere that's burning environment. Anyway, it's the idea behind it, but the fact that they're using vegetable oil to power the ship.
Yeah.
And that's going to, because it's the whole thing, it's going to be like the Imagineers have come up with stuff. So it's going to be lighter, and it's going to be more, I don't want to say it's not aerodynamic. I mean, I guess somewhat aerodynamic too, but it's more improved that they could use less fuel, but it's going to have less people on there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So when those come out, we talked about the relief fund over in Epcot, the former dolphin tank.
Yeah. Oh, I missed the dolphin.
Yeah, the dolphins. So they got moved in October of this year to the Gulfarium Marine Adventure Park in Fort Walton Beach.
Okay.
So the three,
So they're just hanging out over there.
Trio of male dolphins, they're hanging out over there. I have no idea. I hope they're doing well.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to the story where I'm going to say like, oh yeah, you know, all those dolphins, they all died.
No,
it's nothing like
God.
that.
What?
It's nothing like that. But it looks like they're doing some construction on the dolphin tank.
Uh-huh.
They put up tarps on the left side of the former tank to kind of block it. And then it looks like people were able to look through on the right side, I was like, why are they putting tarps up if they're just letting you look through the other side? But there was like a guy with like a blowtorch and in the tank, like a diver. Like they still have the waters all in there. Which makes it kind of creepy.
So what's coming? Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. So something's going on over there.
Huh. Okay.
But so if you're over in the Seas Pavilion in Epcot, you'll see some construction going on.
All right then.
All right. Now that was it for my Disney news. I got a little bit of Universal. Guess what? It started showing up. We were talking about the farts having their booths. Mardi Gras booths are popping up all over Universal.
I know. It makes me sad that
she wants to go every year. She's always
year.
like, can't we just go for a weekend?
I know. Why can't we?
The look she's giving me.
Puppy dog.
Yeah, so those booths are showing up all over Universal. They're getting ready for that. I guess, when does the official Mardi Gras start? That's what I'm looking for, a date here. So Universal Mardi Gras runs from February 1st through March 30th.
Okay. Yep.
But the booths are up, and it looks like a lot of good food. I mean, obviously they have beignets. They have a lot of vegan stuff, which, we could appreciate when we were at the time.
Yep.
So they do think about that. It's not just all meat. But yeah, the beignets look like they could be good. There's a nice sandwich. Oh, I'm getting hungry. It's lunchtime. All right. The other thing, they did release the lineup for the Mardi Gras concerts.
That's right. And I saw there's some really exciting people that are visiting.
Yeah, quote unquote, exciting. So they have people, and now this is like, right, because Disney also has they do their lineup. What's that for when they have all their guests? Was that the summer? Is that the
Eat to the Beat.
Eating the Beat. Sorry, it's the Food and Wine Festival. So, I mean, it's a similar ilk, I think. But anyway, they have T-Pain, Joe Jonas. They got Kool and the Gang. Something called Wands, multiple wands. I don't know. I'm sorry if Scotty McCreery, who was like did he win American Idol or was he a cast off? I can't remember. Foster the People, which is a band I'm okay with. They have Illenium, which I believe is just a DJ. But there'd be something called All Time Low. Not familiar. There's somebody by the name of Lawrence. Not of Arabia, just Lawrence. Coco Jones, DJ Pauly D.
DJ Pauly D.
From Jersey Shore, I think.
Oh, boy.
I think that's him. And then it says TLC, which I didn't know that TLC was still performing.
I think
After
they've
Left
made like
Eye.
a little bit of a comeback lately because weren't they? I want to say they made an appearance at a football thing, but maybe
they're doing somewhere. Anyway, so that's kind of what you're going to see when you go to the Mardi Gras concerts. Are they super exciting? Maybe if you're into Illenium or something, or you know who Lawrence is, or you're like,
right. Well,
I'm sure there's a lot of Joe Jonas fans out there.
Yes,
Abby might be one of them.
Be slammed.
Abby's going to be there on the 8th.
I don't know about that.
But so they released their lineup there. And so the last thing, and this was as we were leading up to recording this episode, I was listening to this music. If you ever walked into Universal Studios, they play a song, right? There's like sound, there's a soundtrack being played as you're going to the ticket booth and as you're entering.
Right.
And it's the Universal entrance loop. They have now changed it.
Okay.
Most people would never realize that they changed it because it's all kind of just there, right? And you're not at the entrance that long.
Right.
So you're only hearing like maybe a couple of these songs and you're like, oh, maybe this sounds familiar. This is a score from a song. They have replaced it. It's like an hour and 52 minutes long. So it's a long loop. There was someone, and I'll say it's from WDWNT, that actually sat there and recorded the entire thing. And mind you, it's like a recording of a recording playing on speakers. So it's not, it was almost like me playing the first episode of the podcast and expecting you to like listen or being able to hear it.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, so there's a couple of things in there. There's Jurassic World, there's Harry Potter song, but it's not just like the traditional Harry Potter theme. It's like Harry in Winter from the Goblet of Fire. They have King Kong. There's the score is called Beautiful. One of the songs. They do have things like they have the from Back to the Future 3, kind of the country theme that they play towards the end credits. They have some music from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, which is just. And then I also like that they have a song from the Bourne Supremacy, which no one remembers. Like what?
Yeah.
We only remember the Moby song from any of the Bourne movies. Come on, people, let's get together. But one of the things I found interesting was that they have a song it's a Randy Edelman song, who's a famous composer. And it's from the movie Dragonheart, which has no representation at all in any Universal Studios. You've never seen it. Most people have never seen the movie, don't even know what it is, but it's a cool movie where Dennis Quaid, when he was normal, was the voice of a dragon. Yeah. It was the voice of a dragon, and it was anyway. But it was like a CGI dragon, it like interacted with a live action human. It was a pretty cool movie. But yeah, so they're playing a song from that, and no one would notice that. But
Okay.
so that's there. So if you want to hang around for 2 hours and hear every song that you might know, feel free to do that and let us know your thoughts.
All right.
And that's everything.
That's all, folks. Well, thanks so much. Well, we can't go
we
yet
can't go yet.
because we've been teasing for a long time that we have this awesome $100 gift card up for grabs, but you have to, it's only for one person. You have to be the winner of our little contest here, and you need to go over to our website and enter in these 3 key words. I'm not going to give you the other 2 because you had to have listened to those episodes.
No.
But today's word is...
I'm not ready for that. Come on. Why would I have that up?
I don't know why you would have that up. Oh boy, he's forgotten today's word. But yes, if you listen to episode, what is it, 97 and 98? Or is it 98 and 99? I think it's
98 and 99. 98 and 99, not including our little holiday 3-minute talk that we gave.
Saying we were taking a break.
Saying we were taking a break. And let's see.
So yes, visit familytravelplanner.com, and there is, under our navigation bar, there's a place to go that you can go and enter in these words. We've got a few contestants in there now, but you guys have great chances of winning. There's not too many.
No, that's right. I did pick episode the 3rd word, right? And this was my choice. And it is a special word. I was trying to tell Abby, I was like, pick a word that means something to you. And then she said Pioneers, because you all mean something to her. The Pioneers. Well, what I chose was a word that means a lot too. And it's because I love it when Abby does say it, and she says it quite often. If I could do a super cut of it, I would. But it is the secret word, number 3, for the $100 gift card is magical.
I do say that.
She loves calling describing things as magical, but especially when they are. And so if you were able to see her say it, you would remember it too. So that is word number 3. So that's for secret word for episode 100. That's where you'd have to enter. You go now. The contest runs until the end of the day on Friday. I think the official times are listed. Everything's Eastern Standard Time because that's the only time zone that matters. I tell people that all the time. So that is, so go in there. You have to follow us. If you haven't already, follow us on a couple of socials. Maybe you do, so it's not that big a deal. Listen to episode 98, 99, 100. Enter in all 3 words, and then once the polls close, we're going to do a drawing, and then anyone that enters, has an equal chance for the drawing, and you'll get a $100 Disney gift card.
That's right, you will.
Courtesy of Disney Hour Express and Family Travel Planner.
That's right. So we wish you luck.
Yeah,
and
we wish you the best of luck.
Thanks so much for joining us for 100 episodes. We hope you guys are doing well, and we will see you at 101.
This has been a Family Travel Planner production.